Okay, so we are going to try this for the first time. This is like the trial run for putting videos up on my YouTube channel. We're going to take a look at the Z39 today. I actually like, for matchmaking, Tier 7 is like the redheaded stepchild that you never wanted, right? Because you can go up to Tier 9 and you kind of get stuck very often going after Tier 9s. Very often. Almost always Tier 8s at a minimum. I don't think maybe once in a blue moon you'll have 7s down, right? 5 to 7, where you'll be top tier. More often than not, you won't be. So, I have some of these camos. Where is it at? A couple of these Type 5s. I like how it looks on the ship, so that's pretty much what I've been using. As you can see, I don't really need credits or experience, so all these are kind of wasted, but it's whatever. My typical loadout here on the modules. So the cool thing about this, right, and if you watch Notster's videos and anybody else's reviews, you'll see it's a Tier 7, but you get an extra upgrade. So I put the Concealment Module on there. You definitely want that. This is better than the Moss. This destroyer is by far better than the Moss. Just because of that right there. Down to 6.1. My build on my captain. This is actually my Z52 captain. Okay. Pretty standard build. Not everyone's gonna agree with the way I build things out, but I found that on Z52, if I put Adrenaline Rush along with Last Stand, this is actually a really good combo. This ship excels. There is an argument to get rid of Demo Expert though, and put the Torpedo Armament Reload. The Torpedo Reload's already really fast for these torpedoes, right? So you got a reload time of 90 seconds. You put this on, it's going to take 20, so it's almost 20 seconds, so 18 seconds off your reload there. It's going to take off. I'm a big numbers guy, being a analytical geek, but, or it's 10%, I'm sorry, so only 9 seconds off your reload. Anyway, so I look at these numbers, and either this skill, how drastically it will actually impact these stats, and that determines a lot of how I choose what skills I pick. So one of the biggest things that they've done recently is Wargaming finally put all these numbers in, so you can hover over and actually see what the percentages are on the flags and all that stuff. And it's been really good. So like case in point, you hover over, you actually see your chances of whatever, right? Your less chance, increase, decrease, whatever the case may be. So one of the things that made me think about not getting this ship was the fact that it had the 150s. All of the destroyers that the Germans have, I've really been annoyed with these 150s, right? And it's because of their reload. Their reload has driven me nuts. The extremely slow reload. But I've found that these guns are actually pretty capable, especially at Tier 7. They do a pretty good job. They do quite a bit of damage, and you can kite away. This destroyer is pretty damn quick, right? So if you look, she does almost 38 knots. I think with speed boost and flags, I think I can get it to 40.6 or something like that. But the two forward guns I found are awesome for chasing down stuff. I'm able to chase down a running away destroyer. I'm able to chase down carriers pretty good with it, and fire 2 rounds forward. Kiting away is a little bit difficult with this ship just because it has single mounts. So you tend to find yourself trying to give a little more broadside than you want when you're kiting away, just to get that forward turret on them. But I found that this ship's actually pretty capable. It's not like the Japanese destroyers, right? The Japanese destroyers, you pretty much look at them, and their freaking engine just leaps out of their ship, right? I'm very used to that. You have to have last stand on a Japanese destroyer. You have to, like, no questions asked. Everyone makes the argument that you should put last stand on every single destroyer. I don't necessarily agree with that. Just because I've found that certain destroyers, and the Germans are that exception, don't tend to lose their engines a whole lot. I really don't. I haven't. The engagements that I've had, I've only played maybe 12 battles in the ship so far, and I have engaged other destroyers. Excuse me. And I just have not noticed my engine leaping out of the ship that often. Even battleships and cruisers hitting me, it seems to do a pretty good job. So anyway, so you're looking at 8.5 kilometer torps at 65 knots. These are pretty damn good torpedoes, believe it or not. Average damage 14,000. I found that typical torpedo negating from torpedo bulge and stuff like that, you get about $8,000 out of these torpedoes per hit. So not bad. And again, 90-second reload. That's actually pretty quick. Even for a tier 7, but that 8.5 at 65 knots is huge, actually, for a tier 7 destroyer. I found that these torpedoes reload pretty damn quick, especially in the thick of battle, so that's really good. Rudder shift's 4.5. She turns pretty good, she's pretty fast. She doesn't seem to drift as much as a typical destroyer does, so it might be because of the standard German thickness. She's a little bit thicker than the average, got a little more girth to her than the average destroyer. As for consumables, you've got your hydro, right? You've got your speed boost. You've got your smoke, of course, if the interface will switch over, and then your DC like normal. I always put premium on. That's just me, and I always switch the credits because, you know me, I've got nothing but premiums pretty much. That's all I run, and then my 10s, so I really don't run into money. Kudai and I were actually talking yesterday, and the AA on this thing is actually not bad. Okay, her AA goes out to 3.5, 3.5, 2, and 2. So the battle that I was in, obviously, I had 2 battles. I had a Hiryu at one point come after me, and then a Ryujo, which obviously a tier 6 destroyer. It's tier 6 aircraft, okay, but I actually shot down quite a bit of the aircraft, so I found that I don't worry too much about carriers anymore. I still run away from the aircraft, of course, because I don't need to be spotted. That's bad. That's death for a destroyer, but the AA on it is actually not too bad. It actually functions pretty well against aircraft, especially if they linger. Lingering aircraft get shot down, I noticed. It just takes some time, right? Because your DPS isn't exactly a whole lot with that. So anyway, let's go on to. I wish one of the aft turrets was a dual. So I find myself diving into combat a lot with this ship, expecting to deal large amounts of damage right away, and I overestimate my own ability to deal damage. I get the hits, but the amount of damage isn't where it needs to be. So, tier 8 fight here. This actually is a pretty damn good matchup. There is no radar, so that's good. The Moss is in there. He's going to have a 6.8, I think one of the guys told me. Was with full concealment, so almost 7. So I'll get him spotted before me. The Minsk, I want to say, is about the same. I think it's 6.1. Sashio's 5.4. Oh good, there's PT8 guys in here. I hate those dudes. So we're gonna see what we can do here. And I'm already RDF'd, right? So I'm guessing one of these guys, either the Moss or the Minsk, have RDF probably. If it's a cruiser, I'll be thoroughly impressed. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to pay attention a little bit of where the battleships are going. Not really going to speed boost or hurry out there. I love this. This right here, right? This annoys the shit out of me. So you're on a flank. He was right here, and now he's hard over left, heading east. That's just dumb. Okay, the Bismarck's coming to help. Props on him. He was in the middle, so he had to kind of make a choice. But seriously, if you're on a flank and you're better, you know you're better in a certain part of the map, okay, that's cool. But if you're all the way on the other side, that's not how you should be playing, right? That you shouldn't be doing that. You're wasting the team's time here by doing that. So maybe he's gonna puddle over, especially in Colorado. It's like one of the slowest damn battleships in the game, it seems like, and it's gonna take him an hour to get over that flank. He's gonna be not even really engaged. He's gonna be lobbing from the back, right? I'm gonna let this Akizuki kind of get ahead of me. I'm still RDF'd, so I'm guessing something's right here, right here. No, he's gotta be right here if I'm closest right now. Yep, there's the Minsk. He's gonna go behind the mountain. He's gonna run ground, I think.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
And he did so behind the mountain. Okay, so I'm gonna make a run this way. Got a Roma and a Genis. Let's see what we do. That Minsk wants to go toward the middle, so I'll let him go. You'll see me go to the tab here a lot. I look at names quite frequently, just because I know if I run into an alpha tester or whatever, I need to be a little more careful. I do recognize a lot of the alpha tester names. I got in a little closer than I wanted to here. Right, this Roma's gonna spot me, actually. So what I'm gonna do here, and the Minsk just got in on me, right? So I'm gonna pop my hydro. Pop my smoke. Let me get the Roma with a few of these. God damn it. I wish Wargaming would make it where if you targeted and you zoomed in, it's gonna see what you zoom in on. There's his torps, right? Look at that. See that? Torp's already back up again. So we're double around now. I'll tell you right now, if I'm in a destroyer, I'm trying to think of tier 7 destroyers that I would run after this thing in. I don't know that there is one, to be honest with you. I've taken out Sims with this thing. Sims its rate of fire and guns and everything, I would be a definite match for it. But, you know, I would not chase one of these in a Minsk or a Moss, to be honest with you. Moss would do massive damage if he's got the 150s on, but that Hydro is huge. I kind of screwed up, right, because I wasn't paying attention to the minimap. Minsk pushed me. Good move on his part. He pushed me out of the smoke, but yeah. So then, see, there you go. And there's the flaw, because the Moss can be easy, or the Minsk can be easily spotted. He knows that it's me. He's got to know. And here we go. So LaGlace is on him, I'm on him. This guy's gonna die really quick. And look at that, my Torp's already back up again. And he's dead. I'm headed for the center. I'm guessing Torps are coming, maybe. Oh, he shot him at the glass, so that's cool. So I'm gonna go after this Roma. This Roma's by himself, right? Again, 8.5 kilometer torps in this thing that reload pretty damn quick, so that Roma is not screwing around, like he is straight up just running. And I don't think I can get around this island in time to, so he's starting to kite south a little bit, so we're gonna try to see what we can do there. I'm gonna see if I can't start some fires on the North Carolina, right? This is perfect, this is ideal right here for me. Because what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna slow down. I'm gonna smoke. I was hoping that Alabama would keep them lit. Oh, one thing I didn't talk about, the Torpedo Arc on this ship is phenomenal, right? It's just ridiculously phenomenal, okay? All the way forward to all the way aft. I mean, you cannot ask for a better Torpedo Arc on a destroyer. You really can't. He's gonna kite away. Of course he's gonna run for me. Why would you push in? I was hoping that Edinburgh would be a good bait, but I guess not. So trying to pay attention to the smoke, not to fire when I get lit. Right, pretty standard tactics. Now he's got 2 fires that are gonna burn for a little while because he burned his DC early. I'm gonna attempt to get in the cap here, try to pull those 2 back. I don't know where that Cleveland is. Still hiding behind the island? Is he still hiding behind the island over there at H2? It's funny, actually. So I'm just gonna dip my toes in right here, right? Just dip my toes in, try to pull them back. Because now they're all leaving the cap, and now they know I'm in the cap, so it should, mind you, want them to move up. Oh, there's a Cleveland. So we're gonna wait for smoke to pop up here. I'm gonna set myself up so I can get out of the cap if I need to, right? I've got nobody really pushing me this way, so I'm going to position on the southern end of the cap right here. We're going to just wait a little bit. I don't really want to position myself where I can't run, right? So now we're going to stop. Smoke's up. Go ahead and stop. Get that smoke. This North Carolina, I just want to kill him because he's North Carolina. Because it's fun. Enemy battleship detected. Somebody got a lucky shot on me. Roma's gonna take another shot at me. This guy is fucking good, dude. He is really good. It's not easy to find destroyers in smoke like that. I would say I probably pissed him off with that first freaking torpedo run on him, probably. So we got a tick going on the North Carolina now, right? Bismarck's kind of not being that smart. That Roma could easily pin him. Roma's one of those battleships that it's love-hate. Okay, if I'm in a Roma going against a cruiser, I hate it. If I'm going against battleship, it's just amazing. I mean, it really is a good battleship for that. The high velocity guns just wreck everything. Okay, Roma's hauling balls. Yep, he's gonna come nose in. I already expected this. Okay. Try to get some distance because he's going to spot me otherwise, right? We're sitting at 7.1, so a full kilometer. I got some time here. And he's turning out. So those torps are probably going to miss, but it's deterring him from the cap, so that's a good thing, right? Yep, going to miss him completely. Need to head a little south here. So I got 30 seconds before my torps are back up again. Look at that. That's freaking awesome. I don't really have the hit points to try to get lucky with this dude, okay? Because he's a good shot. He really is. But what we're going to do is we're going to slow down. And I'm going to lay some smoke here. So got him with one. He repaired the flooding. I got hydro up, so I should spot him any second now. Got him with another one, so there's two. He's definitely gonna flood out now. He's dead. We got this. This is good. This is a win right here. Okay. So now I'm gonna head to the Akazuki's smoke because mine was almost over.
Buddy joined your channel.
We're gonna just hide right here in this dude's smoke. Bismarck's coming back. We got 30 seconds till we cap this. What I'm worried about right now is this Sasashio. This Sasashio was last spotted right here. Nope, he's in the cap, so that's good. So both these destroyers failed. One of them should have came back. And that's a win. That's a good game. 110,000. 5 torpedo hits. 6 fires. Look at that. 6 fires. That's good. That's good. And that's one battle with the Z39. So I'm going to post these videos up. I am open to criticism, definitely. I know that I probably talk a little too much, I imagine, and my explanations aren't exactly the best, but there's stuff you want to see, there's things that you want to hear about, a little more specifics in terms of what you want to hear about the ship or whatever, and details and stuff like that. Just let me know, and I'll try to work that in the next video. All right. So not a bad credit income here, right? I made about close to 300,000 credits. Experience is pretty good. Flags and stuff, of course. All around, I am actually really happy with this ship. This is a pretty damn good tier 7. At tier, this thing is just a beast. Like, it really is. But again, that's few and far between. So anyway, so I'm going to end the video now. Y'all have a good day. Happy Sunday.